Transport proteins are carrier proteins that move molecules from one place to another in the body. Most membrane proteins are transport proteins. A membrane transport protein, or simply a transporter, is a protein involved in the movement of ions, small molecules, and macromolecules such as another protein across a biological membrane. Transport proteins are integral transmembrane proteins, that is, they exist permanently within and span the membrane across which they transport substances. The proteins may assist in the movement of substances by passive transportation or active transport. Cytochrome, a type of transport protein, operates in the electron transport chain as electron carrier proteins in organelles like mitochondria. In the process of energy production, they are involved in electron transfer from the membrane-bound protein complexes that help ATP production. Hemoglobin is the iron-containing oxygen transport protein in the red blood cells of almost all vertebrates. Hemoglobin functions by binding and transporting oxygen from the capillaries in the lungs to all of the tissues in the body. It also plays a role in the transport of carbon dioxide from the tissues of the body back to the lungs. Some proteins function as chemical signaling molecules called hormones. Hormonal proteins are messenger proteins that help coordinate certain bodily functions. These proteins are secreted by endocrine cells that act to control or regulate specific physiological processes, which include growth, development, metabolism, and reproduction. Examples include insulin, oxytocin, and growth hormone. Insulin regulates glucose metabolism by controlling blood sugar concentrations in the body. Oxytocin stimulates contractions during childbirth. Somatotropin is a growth hormone that incites protein production in muscle cells. Contractile proteins are responsible for muscle contraction and movement. Examples of these proteins include actin and myosin. Contractile proteins are proteins that mediate contractions of a cell's cytoskeleton and of cardiac and skeletal muscle. Heart and muscle contractile fibers consist of bundles of actin polymers that slide alongside each other by the activity of the motor protein myosin and associated contractile proteins such as troponin and titin. Eukaryotes tend to possess considerable amount of actin, which controls muscle contraction as well as cellular movement and division processes. The total amount of muscle protein in mammals, including humans, exceeds that of any other protein. About 40% of the body weight of a healthy human adult, who is about 70 kilograms, is muscle, which is composed of about 20% muscle protein. Thus, the human body contains about 5 to 6 kilograms of muscle proteins. Cytoskeletal proteins are proteins that make up the cytoskeleton, flagella, or cilia of cells. Generally, cytoskeletal proteins are polymers and include tubulin, actin, and keratin. A multitude of functions can be performed by these proteins. Their primary function is to give the cell its shape and mechanical resistance, and through association with extracellular connective tissue and other cells, they stabilize entire tissues. The body's immune system helps prevent or limit infection. One way the body fights foreign invaders like bacteria and viruses is by making antibodies against them. An antibody is a protein that is produced by white blood cells. Antibodies are specialized to defend the body against foreign invaders. Their ability to travel through the bloodstream enables them to be utilized by the immune system to identify and defend against bacteria, viruses, and other foreign intruders in blood. One way antibodies counteract an antigen is by immobilizing them so that they can be destroyed by white blood cells. Antibodies can recognize and latch onto antigens in order to remove them from the body. When a foreign substance enters the body, the immune system is able to recognize it as foreign because molecules on the surface of the invader differ from those found in the body. To eliminate the invader, the immune system calls on a number of mechanisms, including one of the most important, antibody production. Antibodies are produced by specialized white blood cells called B lymphocytes. In order to adapt to invaders the body has never encountered before, the immune system can generate countless new antibodies. Scientists previously estimated that the human body can make at least 1 trillion unique antibodies. Using large-scale genetic sequencing technologies and analytical software, the researchers examined nearly 3 billion antibody heavy chain sequences. Based on their findings, they estimated that the human antibody stockpile is much greater than previously thought, with the potential for the body to make 1 million trillion unique antibodies. Thanks for watching.